What are questions that are important to ask yourself before deciding to get married? How are they with money? Speaking from personal experience, this is definitely a question you need to ask yourself. My dad is so not good with money. Whenever he got his hands on money, he would spend it on cigarettes and chocolate milk instead of picking up things that are needed for the house. He would also charge up his credit cards and buy whatever electronics he wanted just to forget about what he just bought. How does my partner handle finances? Does my partner have a retirement plan? Does my partner want kids? How many kids does my partner want? Will my partner or I stay at home to raise those kids? How will we raise these kids? Does my partner want them to be religious? What does my partner want to do if we can't have biological children? What party does my partner vote for? What are my partner's political beliefs? How does my partner handle being sick? How does my partner handle death? What are my partner's dreams and fears? How is a sex life? What do you want from life? How do you want to get there? Kids or none or one? Pets? Houses? Places you want to live? How you want to live your life? And above all, does your partner agree and have similar ideas and values? Do you want the same things? Can you live with them if you were the last two people on earth? If they never change, could I be okay with that for the rest of our lives? How have we handled conflict and challenges together? How can we improve on that? Is the partner willing to work on that? Do we have each other's backs when it comes to boundaries and getting along with each other's families? If not, can I/we live with how things are? Can I depend on them if I needed them to be a caretaker? In straight relationships, divorce is more likely when a man is called to be the caretaker versus when a woman is. Can your husband do for you what you're willing to do for him? Do we have fun? Do we laugh together? Can we find joy in the little things? Boom. Housework and finances are small potatoes, things that can be learned or adjusted. What you're mentioning is compatibility. Is the partner willing to work in that? No. How are we going to move forward when we encounter those challenges? How you framed the question is such that the partner is at fault or is lacking in some way. No one is lacking anything that they need. It's never one person's fault. I've heard a lot of women commenting lately about how their partner has been this way or that way for years with little to no change. It makes me think of how sometimes we wish someone would change a certain way, but they just don't or can't. There are definitely situations where both partners need to take it on as a team, but I've been seeing so many situations on this sub lately where one partner is doing a lot of the heavy lifting and the other partner isn't, no matter how much arguing, begging, talking happens. Sometimes it sounds like they will not change, so it makes me think, would I be okay with accepting that, or is that a deal breaker? It's probably colored my perspective on my comment. If I were marrying this person, but not having a party/ceremony to observe the occasion, would I still want to be getting married? I told my partner that I don't care where we get married, whether it's a courthouse or a beach or my backyard, but it's gotta be legal, so he can make medical decisions on my behalf in the case of the event that he needs to, and I definitely don't want my mom to make medical decisions for me. I have two questions if a woman is considering marrying a man. 1. Would you have that person as your friend if he were a woman? 2. Would he be the person you would like to have next to you in both an emergency and in a bar? If you answer no to any of these, think why and reconsider marrying. Love this. Realistically, do you see the two of you working to continue to cultivate your friendship together during circumstances in life where you might otherwise grow apart? Do you trust this person you love to do the same? It's important that the answer is yes to both of those questions. Do you roughly share similar values and are on the same page when it comes to handling conflict between one another, tensions between your families, and coping strategies when going through hardships? Are you on the same page when it comes to big decisions, like whether or not to have children, how to manage finances, where you want to live, etc.? Do you want children? If so, how many? How would you raise them? This one includes a lot of subsections, based on what you personally would want. After we are married, do you think we should both work, or should one of us be a homemaker? If so, which one? If not, how will we split the chore? Will we hire someone to help with them? What do you consider cheating? This is important because people draw the lines in different places, but not everyone thinks to check. You don't want to do something your spouse isn't fine with and not even know it. Are you in debt? If so, what kind? Would you want us to pay the debt together, or will we each take care of our own debt? What are some of your life goals? For instance, do you want to own property at some point? Do you want to live here or move to another state/country/continent? Do you want to travel often or stay in the same place? Do you want to go back to school? If I want to at some point, will you support it? What kind of wedding would you want? Religious? How many guests? How fancy? When do you see yourself getting married? These are questions you should also ask yourself, of course. And then you can compare answers. And honestly, there are a lot more things you should know about each other. I suggest you look it up. You'll probably find multiple list of questions to ask each other. Are you, like, 100% really sure about this? That's what you ask when you don't want to get married. Well said. If you're questioning it already, you've already got your doubts. Probe that and learn why. Why are you getting married? For me, the answer to that question was that I was sure. Sure about a future, sure about our love, and sure that I wanted to make a legal commitment to my partner. That's really the only question we needed to ask, because everything else was asked regardless of marriage. Going against the grain a little here. Are you able to get away if things fall through? I heard this quote on TV and can't agree with it more. Only someone who can afford a divorce should get married. If getting married is going to make you entirely dependent on your partner and render you helpless if they decide to dump you, getting married is jumping into a trap. Yes, this. How do we handle conflict? If you're planning on a life with someone, hardships and disagreements will happen, but how you handle it with each other can make or break you. How are they when the going gets tough? How are they with money? Do they want kids? How is their family? Do you picture yourself growing old with them, especially if one of you gets incapacitated? If you want kids, will this person be a good parent to them? Yes. And sort of off that, I've always liked the quote, don't marry a man unless you would be proud to have a son exactly like him. Children aren't everything, my god. No, of course not. And some people may choose to never have them. But it's important to me, so. How transparent are they with their finances? Do they have a stable income? Will you both be putting everything into a joint account, or will you still keep your own accounts and contribute to a joint account for all bills etc? Are you on the same page about children and how to raise them? How reliant are they on family and friends, and are these people likely to meddle in your affairs? Are you both able to resolve arguments and disagreements in a mature and constructive way? Are they resilient when faced with hardship, or do they jump ship at the first hurdle? Are there conditions where a prenup may be necessary? Does your partner truly value you as a person or just the things you do for them? Are they willing to share or fairly distribute household chores? Do you have the same goals in life? This sounds like a business contract. So not cute. And yet marriage is fundamentally a contract. I love the romantic side of it just as much as the next person, but you can't lose sight of the moral and legal bindings within marriage. You need to be damn sure before you marry someone that you are both serious about it and are completely on the same page about everything. Do your sex drives match up? What if one of you becomes ill? Money? Do they have debt? How will finances work as a couple? Housework, chores, and emotional work. Who does what and why? Kids, yes or no? Parenting styles, college. Who does the heavy lifting on this? Religion or other belief systems? Friends. Who, how close, and how much time is given to them over couple/family time? Pets. Family, holidays, loyalty to spouse over family, vacation and downtime preferences. Are either of you hiding trauma? Are you racists or anything else unpleasant? Are you into staff and servers? Tipping. No kidding. Tipping caused a huge fight with my ex. He hated giving tips. Expectations of what married life looks like. Expectations and life goals as you age. I see quite a few references regarding verifying that you're both on the same page regarding finances. In addition, I'd recommend before you marry someone that you completely open up your credit history to each other. Both of you, if you haven't already, should establish a Credit Karma account and willingly show it to each other prior to marriage. I had a coworker whose daughter married this guy she'd been dating for a few years. Topic of finances never came up while they were dating. After they got married, she found out he had nearly $50,000 in credit card debt that he expected that she would help him pay down. It was a rude awakening. If someone refuses to be open about their finances, their income, their current debt load, property they own, that's a huge red flag. Do I really want him to be my only sex partner for the rest of my life? Forever is a long time. If you have kids and they're disabled, how do you feel about that? What will you do if you find out before birth? How does your so handle their family? I thought my husband had good boundaries with his parents, as we rarely saw them. Started seeing them somewhat more after kids. He has no boundaries with them, and sat here in silence after his dad went off on me once. Don't mistake, they're not around much for boundaries. Besides all the big things like money, kids, religion, can you live with all the little things they do that seem cute now? Will it still be cute in 10 years? My husband has no ability to close cabinets. Doesn't seem to understand that when you open them, you can close them. It was adorable 7 years ago and still a joke today. It is absolutely the little things that will break a relationship. Are they your friend? Looking at all the relationships that are breaking because of COVID, they are learning that they don't really like their partner. My man and I laugh every day. Marry someone who makes you laugh. Imagine you have a grown-up daughter you love dearly. Would you be happy if she was with someone exactly like your partner? Can you live with them during a quarantine? The end. Thanks for watching.